All right, so we have some good stuff to talk about Bone because, as you all know, Bone has been pumping. Yes, Bone Shibaswap has been going crazy. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's the best thing that's happened to Shiba Inu. So we're going to go over Bone. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's go straight over it. So let's talk about Bone. First things first, as you can see, we're at 74 cents, 0.7456. That's very good. We're up 8.7% in the last 24 hours. And you can see the last 7 days, 28.8%. In the last 30 days, 28.5%. So we're doing really big numbers inside of Bone. I bought some earlier. And yeah, I'm really up on those Bone gains because I got in on Bone like earlier inside the month, like around this area here. But Bone is doing absolutely incredible right now. And not only that, if you actually look at the charts, we're getting closer and closer to getting back up into that Fibonacci range over there. So there's sooner or later we're going to be hitting that area here because I always talk about the Fibonacci's. I always talk about the automated trading indicators with Chart Prime, and typically whenever you see the momentum wave bands turning pinkish like that, that means it's about to pump. So you see it turning pinkish here, so then it started to pump, and then boom, it hit the resistance, but then it got rejected. This time, I don't believe we're going to get rejected at that resistance. You already know what Bitcoin's doing. You already know what all the other altcoins are doing. Everything is pumping right now. So this time, once we get up to that resistance, we're not going to just get rejected like we did before. We're probably going to keep going because as you can see, like with everything else, like everything is pumping right now. Like Bitcoin is pumping, Bone is pumping, everything. Ethereum, I mean, Cardano. Like we already know Cardano doesn't do much. But if Cardano is pumping, like something's going on. Like Cardano is up 8.2% in the last 24 hours. Like something's going on. 14% in the last 7 days. We all know that Cardano likes to move a little bit slower than the market in general. But if you look at the whole last year for Cardano, it's been good. So Cardano, if it's doing what it's doing, we know Bone is about to do some very good stuff. Like everything is going crazy. Like Bitcoin almost passed its all-time high. Bitcoin hit 64K already. Like Bitcoin is literally ready to just explode, and it's probably about to explode pretty soon. So yeah, 43% in the last 30 days for Bitcoin. So that's amazing. That's amazing. That's insane. The way it's just going up and up, like that's kind of crazy. Now, as for Bone, like I want to say something about Shibaswap because we all know like it's Bone Shibaswap, right? Because Shiba Inu is at 23.6% in the last 24 hours. It's been so long since Shiba Inu has done anything like that. 40% in the last 7 days, most of it in the last 24 hours. So Sheep has not been doing really nothing for the whole year. It's really been stagnant. And now it's finally recovering. It's finally coming back. So I think this is a really good time to look at Bone. Because remember, we got Shibarium this time. We have Shibarium around this time, which means like we're probably going to be going crazy because before Shibarium wasn't out. But now that it's out, now Bone Shibaswap can actually be used as a utility. Bone Shibaswap being the gas fee on Shibarium. Now, if we also look over here with Bone, like you can even see like we pumped earlier in the year and now we're kind of down. So we haven't really benefited from the bull market yet on Bone. But on all these other cryptos, we've already benefited from the bull market. Same thing with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu has not benefited from this bull market for the whole year. But if you look at something like Solana been benefited from the bull market. So if you look at the last year for Solana, 479% in the last year. So Solana has been doing good. A lot of other projects has been doing extremely well for the last year. But stuff like Bone, stuff like Shiba Inu, they have not been, which means they have more upside potential now that they're kind of being let off the leash. And no pun intended, but here's Leash. Leash has been let off the leash as well. 7.7% in the last 24 hours. So Leash has been down for a whole year, along with everything else Shiba Inu. But look, it's now recovering. And not only that, I'm going to make a video for Shiba Inu alone, and then I'm going to make a video for Doge alone. Doge at 29.1% in the last 24 hours. Like, that's crazy. Like, we have not seen these type of gains for Doge in the longest time. Look at the last year for Doge. Like, it's been so stagnant for like the last year, but now it's finally coming back. Dogecoin is finally bouncing back. Like, it's all bouncing back. Like, all these meme coins, everything is bouncing back right now. This is the time to really load up. Well, the time to load up was before. Like, right now, you kind of want to like look at everything like, everything's going crazy right now. So it's probably not the best time for you to like dump all your money into crypto because you probably should have been did that. But like right now, you probably should just, I don't know. You can do whatever you want. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I really like optimism as well. But yeah, everything has kind of been doing crazy numbers. So you don't want to just move too happy, right? You don't want to just happily buy everything that you see. You kind of want to take a step back and kind of wait and then make your decision. You don't just jump right into it head first, because if you do that, you might get burned. Like, let's be honest, you might get burned because everything is kind of going out of control right now. So it's best to not just dump all your money in the market when it's pumping. It's best to kind of take a step back, and then you can get in. That's what I do personally. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. You do what you want to do. But back to Bone. Bone extremely good right now. So let's look at some technical analysis. Like I said before, we're about to go all the way up here to our resistance at that Fibonacci. We got rejected with it before, but hey, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Third time's always a charm. We tried to do it again back here, and then we tried to do it again right here, and now we're about to try to do it again. And now when we try to do this again, we're more than likely going to break it because, we're bullish everywhere else in the market. So I don't see why we wouldn't be able to break it right now. So yeah, we're probably going to end up breaking that. The Fibonacci is set all the way up at 96 cents. So we're about to be past $1 bone again. And once we finally get past $1, then our next area, we have little to no resistance after we pass 96 cents, going all the way up to $1.25. So once we get up to $1.25 from 96 cents, then we're going to have little to no resistance. Let's just say from $1 to $1.25, little to no resistance. So once we get to $1, we have little to no resistance once we get up to $1.26. But then we got some more resistance before we can get back up to our next level. Our next Fibonacci after that would be all the way up here at about $1 in let's just say $1.50. Let's just round it up. It's more like $1.47 or so, but let's just round it up to $1.50. So yeah, then we got $1.50, and then we got up here at $1.70, and then we got up here at $2. So we got a long ways to go, but Bone can do it. Bone definitely has the potential to do it. We've already done it before. Just looking at the daily chart here, if we just kind of go and look at this, actually, let's go ahead and take off the automated trading indicators for Chart Prime and just kind of look at this, holistically. Like when you look at it, like this has been in the making. This has been process in the making. Like Bone has always intended to do this. If you actually look at the pattern here, it's very, very telling what we got going on here with Bone. It's very, very telling. Like this was always supposed to happen. We were just waiting to start the breakout. This was always supposed to happen. When we do finally get this breakout with Bone, it's probably going to be right after you get past $1. Like I said, once we pass that dollar amount, you're going to see Bone just taking off. So once Bone gets past $1, like you can kiss buying Bone at a cheap price goodbye, because that's when the price is really going to take off. So that's why I'm glad I got in, like what it was a little bit lower. Granted, I didn't buy that much Bone, but I bought enough to realize some gains. So let's just kind of run some numbers, because let's say you have like, because I did this during my earlier video in Baby Doge, but let's just say, you have like $1,000 in Bone, right? And let's just say you were a little late to the party and you just want to get in now, even though it's pumping. So your $1,000 would get you 1,341 Bone. At the all-time high of Bone, which was 15 at the launch, that would be $20,000. Your $1,000 would go to $20,000. It would literally 20x, literally, if it gets up to $15. $15 will bring you around a $15 billion or a $3 billion market cap. And just to kind of show you that that is true, we take the circulating supply here, and all you would do is take that circulating supply and multiply it by the all-time high price of $15. That brings you to $3.7 billion. So at $3.7 billion, your $1,000 from now will go into $20,000, literally a 20x from now. And you can also divide that by $186 million, which is the current market cap of Bone. And what do you get? You get a 20x. That's why I like doing math, because when you do the math, you can see like what's possible. Obviously, like some people don't think that Bone can get to $15, which says completely fine. You can think whatever you want. Me personally, I believe it can. It's already at 186 million. And you see how much money just now flowed into it so easily. The same thing with all these other cryptos, all these other altcoins. The money is flowing in. People are putting money into Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETF about to get approved soon. People are throwing money into crypto like crazy. So right now is the time. Right now is the time for crypto. Let's just say you had your $1,000, which we said was 1,345 coins. And then you multiply that by an insane amount of money. Let's just say somehow Bone got to $100. That'd be $134,000. Your $1,000 would turn into $134,000. Now, what would it take for Bone to get to $100? Like that's the real question here. So let's just go ahead and take the circulating supply and multiply it by 100. This is insane, by the way. So that would be 24.9 billion market cap. Remember, Shiba Inu reached 50 billion market cap at its peak. Do you not think that Bone, Shibaswap, literally the utility, the gas fee, everything of Shibaswap, what Shiba Inu was running on, do you really think Bone can't get half of what half of what Shiba Inu can get? Do you not think Bone can do that? I think that it can do that. So I think $100 is possible. Imagine turning $1,000 into $134,000. So that's absolutely insane. And let's just look at it again. Like, look, let's just say you only had $100. Look, let's just say you don't have that much money in it. All right, you only have $100 in your Bone, right? That doesn't even sound right. But let's just say you only have $100 Bone. Okay, doesn't sound right, but you got $100 Bone. All right, so you go ahead and you divide that by the price of Bone here. So you would get 134 coins multiplied by 100. Boom, you got $13,000 off of $100. Now, that's only if you believe that Bone can get all the way up there. If you believe that Bone can get all the way up to $100, which is going to bring it at a $24 billion market cap, which is a lot, by the way. But if you believe that it can do that, $100 can turn into $13,000. $1,000 could turn into $134,000. But you would have to hold it for a long time. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think it's realistic? Do you think Bone can really reach $100? Do you think Bone can reach $15? Where do you think it stops with Bone? Where do you think it's going to go? But anyways, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. If you want these automated trading indicators, definitely check out Chart Prime. Link in the description. And as always, I'll be back with another video.